Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
The rivalries may continue and you have to manage them. For example, you spoke about the recent border incident in Doklam between China and India. I must say that's one thing that worries me a great deal. For a long time, I saw that relations within China and India were improving year by year. And in fact, trade was also improving rate by year. But sometime in the last, 12 months, 18 months, the chemistry within China and India has changed a bit. And it's no longer as positive as it used to be. And I think this is an area where I hope that both China and India will work very hard to try and ensure that nothing goes wrong. Because the future belongs to China and India. And one of the statistics I always give
because are you saying that the future of Asia lies in the hands of India and China?
No, definitely, because I can tell you this, from the year 1 to the year 1820, for 1800 after the last 2,000 years, the two largest economies of the world were always those of China and India, right? Always. So it's only in the last 200 years that Europe has taken off, North America has taken off. So, but the last 200 years of world history have been a major historical aberration. Now, all aberrations come to a natural end, and therefore it's perfectly natural to see the return of China and India as the number one, number two economy in the world. Today, already in PPP terms, China is number one, United States number two, India number three. But PricewaterhouseCoopers has made a prediction, and you can Google and get the article. In 2050, the number one power in PPP terms will be China, number two will be India. So the China and Indian relationship will therefore determine the course of the 21st century. If the relationship between the number one and number two powers will be the most important one.
But I'm afraid the co-evolution and the co-prosperity of India and China are likely to be derailed by the DPRK, which is a highly dangerous and unpredictable government in the region of Northeast Asia because of the proliferation of WMD. And therefore, we have to look at the factors of uncertainty instead of the predictability of a bilateral relationship between New Delhi and Beijing.
Well, I think you're right. I mean, the DPRK issue is a difficult one. But in some ways, if you look down 30, 40 years down from now, that's not going to be the issue we'll be discussing. But it will be actually the future relationship of China and India is the one that we'll be discussing 30 to 40 years from now. So that's the reason I emphasize this, is that now is the time to lay the foundations for a positive relationship between China and India, because if you lay the positive foundations now, you can have a very peaceful Asian century. And I think both sides have to make a better effort to understand each other. And that's why, by the way, that's why the Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy, where I'm dean, organizes every year a Track 2 dialogue where we bring together Chinese and Indian officials to talk to each other, because we try to make an effort to get both sides to think very hard how to solve some of the outstanding problems while focusing always on